Trump will not be going into Syria. This is breaking news, people. Check it out. Amid complaints that his aides are saying different things about Syria and his policy is confusing, President Trump emphatically cleared the air. We're not going into Syria. I love it. Let's give it up for that. Let's give it up for that. Let's give it up for that. That's right. Our policy is the same. It hasn't changed. We're not going into Syria. Okay? So it was the same policy before you sent the rockets? The president speaking by phone Tuesday called Syrian President Bashar al-Assad a butcher and a barbarian for using sarin gas on his own people, but said last week's successful missile strike was not the start of a campaign to oust the dictator. What was it, Trump? It's just a way to back them up off me, homie. Just need these people to back up off me and let a player play. Our big mission is getting rid of ISIS, Trump said. That's where it's always been. But when you see kids choking to death, you watch their lungs burning out. We had to hit them and hit them hard. Oh. Did your president just say bombing an airstrip of old planes was hitting them hard? I know right now Obama's sitting somewhere going, you won't believe it. No, seriously. Trump, that wasn't nothing. You should have seen how I get down. I put some stink on it, okay? That's what I do. I put some stink on it. You, that was nothing. Michelle, you won't believe it. You guys want some wings? This guy, Trump said he hit him hard. Look, right now, somewhere Obama somewhere doing that, God, the Goodfellas laugh. What's that guy? He's doing that laugh. And you get that eye in the head. The Joe Pesci laugh when Joe Pesci told the story. He's doing that freaking laugh right now over listening to what Trump just said about he hit him hard. I'd like to know what soft is. Yeah. No, let me stop because Trump might do something to him. All right, so let me keep going. He called the attack, which involved 59 cruise missiles fired from 2 Navy destroyers, an act of humanity. No, you know what an act of humanity is? Dropping food on people. Dropping food for people to eat who are starving. That's an act of humanity. You know what else some people might say is the act of humanity? Not deporting grandmas and grandpas. Just saying. Hey, just saying. That might be considered an act of humanity. What definitely is not an act of humanity? Blowing up a plane. Shooting planes on a runway. We could have gone bigger in terms of targets and more of them, but we thought this would be the appropriate first shot. You just said there's no more shots, right? See, when you say first, that makes me think there's going to be number 2, 3, and 4. You know, like when Michael Jackson put out his album, if we said this is my first album, we would have known he had other albums coming. Get what I'm saying? So are we talking about first shot like, I don't know, the career of, say, Milli Vanilli? Or are we talking Tupac? Because Tupac's still putting stuff out from the grave. Okay, so is our missile strikes on Syria going to be of the Milli Vanilli variety? One-hit wonders? Or is it going to be like Tupac or the Michael Jackson era? Stevie Wonder? Like, are we going to be looking at discography? You feel what I'm saying, Trump? So, interesting stuff. Trump saying we're not going to be going into Syria, but our guns might, our bombs might. Hey, look, I'm just telling you what I'm reading. I'm reading in between the lines now. He said as a first response. Now, what's the second, third, fourth, fifth response? That's important to know. But we will take what we know now. We'll say, hey, okay, Trump, rookie mistake. You listen to Ivanka. Don't sweat it. You got Bannon out. You're doing well. Now, let's stay away from sharp objects and more military action, and let's focus on what you said you were going to do. which was focus on, what did you say you were going to, oh, yeah, that's right, jobs. Focus on jobs and stuff like that. That's what people want you to do. People were broke. You said you were going to help them put a little money in their pocket. Help do that. And leave this international stuff alone. Because your base, I was talking to some of your base, and your base had base for you. You feel what I'm saying? Your base was basing at you on Twitter all weekend. And these were guys who they took their Make America Great hats and just burnt them. Some people did some things with them I don't even want to say on air. But they did involve, they were just, okay, they took craps in them. That's not good, Trump. It's not good. Those hats are totally unusable at this point. I would suggest you, Trump, you focus on these things. Leave this stuff alone. This is, don't go down the Hillary road. If people wanted Hillary, they would have voted for Hillary. They did not want Hillary. They don't want to see Hillary happy in any way. So any smile, just the mouth, the corners of her mouth curve up, people get angry because they know when the corners of her mouth curves up, we lost something. We may not know it. We may not find out for a couple years, but something evil happened.